Fakes left, now taken off. Oh, run for it. They got it. There he goes. The 6 or the 10 to 5. Oh, the play of the year in the NFL.
Welcome back, everyone. This is episode 24 of the Buds Mafia podcast. Happy Canada Day as well. I mean, we're filming, 4:48 on a Monday, but when this releases, it'll be the day after Canada Day, so it actually won't be Canada Day. But either or, we'll still say Happy Canada Day. I think it's Canada. I think it's the 158th birthday of Canada. So
yes, it is. I had an argument with a coworker about that last week.
What was the argument?
He didn't believe me that it was the 158th. He was like, the 150th was like 5 years ago. I was like, actually, well, it was 8 years ago. So
I mean, it's pretty close. Yeah, it's a good argument.
Temper already is tough.
No, I'm on your side, but the guy's arguing that. It's
okay.
Well, no. It's like, shut up. But yeah, temper already. Shut your mouth. We have a lot to get into, like especially signs that literally just happened the last hour or so, trades that happened. Quick little recap of the weekend. I didn't do too much. I'm gonna be honest. I completely forgot. What did I do?
You hung out with the guys and you went and watched
UFC. I completely forgot about that. Friday, I hung out with my girlfriend, just chilled. We're almost done season 4 of The Boys. Unreal show, but the show is fucking wild. And we watched the draft Friday. She was intrigued. She asked me so many questions of the draft. She has no idea what's going on. But it was interesting to hear all the questions. Then Saturday we watched a fight at QBs, which renovated QBs. It was actually pretty nice. It was cool. Every table said was reserved, but they definitely weren't reserved. People just walked in and sat wherever they wanted, but it was cool. I made some money that night. I bet Taporia knockout and Patoja submission in a parlay. Won me some nice money there. Taporia is a
real quick
fucking assassin.
And I know I wasn't there, but the boys, even if you're not around, I just started sending some pics into this chat. The whole reason...
Yeah, I know.
We added you into the chat, first of all. It was me, Nick, and Chris. Started out with us saying, get after it, and has turned into a degenerate gambling group chat. But Nick, the other day, drops $200 on who? Caleb Denoy?
Oh, I was going to wait till the break. Yeah, it's the guy who went 4th overall to Utah. He's like, I have $200 left in my account, so I'm just going to draft...
quick grand.
I'm just gonna put $200 on him going 4th overall, and he won $1,000. Most random fucking bet I've ever seen, and he just puts a screenshot saying huge hit. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
I was so mad. I was
pissed. I was pissed.
Sorry.
But yeah, no, that was it. And then just didn't do much Sunday. I was pretty hungover actually. Didn't do much Sunday. And then today I had to drive to Sudbury and back. Went to the gym real quick.
That's what you did today.
Yeah, that's what I did. Drove to Sudbury and back, but now I'm back. We have the Tuesday off. We're gonna have a nice little pool party tomorrow, which I'm excited for. I think you're golfing, but I'll see you later. But yeah, what'd you get up to this weekend?
Drove up north at 10:30 on Friday night. Woke up at 7:30, went golfing with the boys. Got pretty drunk on the course, and then, dude, I chipped in again. That's my 4th round in a row I've chipped in.
Really?
Yeah. So I chipped in for birdie on 18 to win the match, which was huge.
Yeah.
I was hammered too, so I was hyping up everyone who was on the patio. Got back, I was exhausted. Helped with some yard work. Then my mom and Taylor went to town. I went fishing with my brother for like an hour. And then we both agreed we weren't going to catch anything and it was too cold. Went back, took a nap, had a fire, got drunk. And then Sunday was beautiful. Just super nice out.
Yeah.
I got unbelievably sunburnt. I don't think you can probably see it, but it was bad.
I see nothing.
Yeah,
nothing.
No, it was horrible.
Your nose looks red, but usually looks red.
All right. So. Unwarranted shot out of the gate, not needed.
Temper.
Oh, me temper. Jesus Christ. But yeah, move on to fucking Ryan talking for an hour about the NHL.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of hockey talk. A little bit of NFL news. But yeah, it's going to be...
This is okays and yeahs from me as Ryan labels out everything that's happened.
I have a decent question for you for my question, but I can't tell if it's super... It might be super disrespectful.
I read it, and as I was sitting there, I was like, I think I can get 4. I don't know if I can get all 6.
Jackson.
I know, that's so tough, dude.
All right, then we'll get to the end. But yeah, let's just get right into it. NFL draft on Friday. I don't know how much of it you watched. I completely forgot that it was
NHL.
What did I say?
NFL.
Jesus Christ. NHL Draft on Friday in LA. Completely forgot that it was kind of half virtual with the GMs. I don't know what your take on that was. I don't think you watched it, but I'm sure you saw highlights of it. It was the worst thing I've ever watched. It was the first round took 4.5 hours. It was the 10th overall pick, Roger McQueen, in Anaheim. Between that and I think the 18th overall pick, he got on a helicopter and went to Disneyland before the 18th overall pick.
Jesus.
It took so long. It started off so good. Like the whole Matthew Schaefer story. I don't know if you saw the video of him getting drafted. His mother passed away, I think, 9 months ago. Very sad. I think it was cancer. I don't know if it was breast cancer. I'm pretty sure it was due to cancer because he didn't know that they put the ribbon on his jersey, her initials and everything. He kissed it. It was I was getting teary-eyed. Like, it was a very emotional moment. Yeah. It was very cool. Then all of a sudden, I completely forgot. He walked around back, and then, like, the door opened, and then, like, it's a virtual call between, like, Bettman, Schaefer, and, like, the GMs, which that was cool, at least for the first one, because obviously it was very emotional. But then after that, it just got so long and so stupid. And, of course, Don Sweeting, the Bruins, their FaceTime call didn't work. They're just like they're head in the clouds. They have no idea what was going on. But yeah, a little recap. Schaefer won. I think I called it. My draft projection was horrible. I was so off.
I was looking at it and it was pretty bad.
It was bad, and even though that's what a lot of people said. Like so Caleb Desnoyers, he was pretty like anywhere from like 3 to 7 people saw him. Very good player. They say he's it's like Bergeron type, like very two-way player, which I do. I did have him. Like some people had him going to Chicago, but so the first 3 was pretty much of a lock. Obviously Schaefer, Misa, then Frondell to Chicago. That was pretty set in stone. Then after that, it was kind of a wild card. 4th was Caleb Desnoyers. Great pick for them. I thought Porter Martone, very similar player, but they went with Caleb. 5 with Brady Martin, the dairy farmer who didn't even want to go, which was awesome. That was really funny. That was 5, right? I'm completely drawing a blank here. There's just so much going on. But
you're asking the wrong guy.
I know. So, have you seen this kid's highlights? Yeah. So 5 was Nashville Brady Martin.
I think you know the answer to that.
So he plays in Sault Ste. Marie. Again, he's a dairy farmer. He didn't go to the draft. They say he's probably the best body checker in the world right now. He levels guys. He is absolutely yoked, and he absolutely kills guys. And he put up like 70 points, 50 games. I thought he could fall to maybe Boston or something. I think that's a good player for them. But yeah, he went 5th in Nashville, which is a bit of a shock, but still a really good player. Then 6 was Martone, who went to Philly, which I think that's a steal for them. Like beginning of the year, he's a top 3 pick. Again, like Greg Button called him like a Matthew Tkachuk-esque type player with a lot more speed and skill, which is very scary. Rick Talk is going to love that. And I put in the chat, did you see the guy who went 9th to Buffalo, Radi Murka?
Yeah, he looked unbelievably unhappy.
He probably requested a trade an hour after.
It's almost worse than the Raptors draft pick who stood up, said fuck, shook his head, and then the Raptors even posted something afterwards, said, "See guys, he's happy." He's like, that's tough.
Yeah, that's tough.
He is clearly not happy.
He's not happy. But yeah, then. And James Higgins fell to Boston, which I really thought Islanders were really going to. Once they got that trade for Dobson for those 2 picks, I was like, oh, they can use those 2 to move up. But I think Boston really wanted Higgins, playing at BC. Again, at one point, he was projected 1st overall. Like, he has the skill for that. Had a underwhelming second half of the season, but still, I mean, he went in a year early at college, and he still put up point per game. So, I mean, like, it's 7th overall. I think you got to take that. It's insane value. And the rest of the draft kind of went as expected. I mean, Islanders, so we'll talk about Islanders and their draft. They definitely won this draft with the Schaefer pick, and then they traded Noah Dobson to Montreal for the 16th and 17th pick. Noah Dobson clearly did not want to be in Long Island anymore. It's clear that they're setting up for a rebuild. Apparently, he was asking for $11 million out of Long Island and signs for $9.5 million in Montreal. So it's very clear he didn't want to be there. He's a very solid defenseman, was great in World Juniors. I think he has 2 Memorial Cups, which is insane. 2 years ago, he had 70 points. Last year, he had off year, like 45, 50 points. I say he's a lesser man's Evan Bouchard, but a better skater. And we saw Bouchard just sign his contract, but we'll get to that. I think it's a good trade for both teams. I think Craig Button broke it down like, yeah, you think of 2 firsts, 2 late to mid firsts that you're hoping both these guys can become full-time NHLers. And in return, you're getting an established 25-year-old defenseman. I think it's a lot of money about where the cap is going, and you get him to full 8 years, right-hand defenseman, which the league, I think the hottest commodity in the NHL, probably besides goaltending, is a right-handed shot defenseman. So I think it was a great deal for them. Let's see. I think you called it last podcast. I think you were saying they should probably trade both picks.
Well, I kind of thought they were going to.
Yeah, it makes sense, right?
Like, it makes sense. You have 2 first round
now. Yeah, they're ton. Yeah,
you can, and with what they like, you're not going to get someone in the draft right now, at least, and without like the first, second, or third pick, and who is going to immediately translate to positive momentum for your team.
Exactly, and like. Montreal, like they're making moves. Apparently, they're in on Jordan Kyrou as well. They're gonna have Demidov, Cole Hudson. Like their team made the playoffs, made some waves. They're definitely gonna be better next year. So that's like you don't need a guy right now who's gonna be good for you in 4 years. Islanders, they do. They're kind of on the down slope here, but they had a great start to their kind of rebuild or whatever you want to call it. The 16th pick, they got Victor Ekblad. I had Ekblad going 10th to Anaheim. He is a super skilled player, but he kind of fell to 16th. And in 17th, have you heard? I'm going to ask this question, but I feel like you know the answer. Keyshawn Atchison, he went 17th to Islanders. He absolutely crushes guys, too. He's a defensive defenseman.
Yeah, you asked me that in the last podcast, too.
Yeah, he absolutely kills guys. So I think they had a very good draft. Yeah, I mean, not too many crazy surprises, not too many trades. Obviously, a lot of like pick swaps and stuff like that, similar to what the NFL does. There's one draft pick. I barely knew him. His name is Jack Nesbitt, who went to Philly 12th. Philly traded 2 picks to move up from like 22nd to 12th, where this guy was projected like outside of 25, and then they picked him 12th. It seemed like they didn't need to do that, but maybe they knew something. But I think this happens a lot, and especially in the NFL too. I feel like a lot of GMs, like it's a lot of gamesmanship. I feel like they call like, who are you picking here? It's like, oh, I don't know, we like this guy, and like they plant the seed, right? And so it's like, hey, we don't want to risk losing this guy who we've had our eyes on.
As soon as you know, you kind of make a collective deal, especially in the NFL. You make it you have a draft board, which all of these hockey teams would have a draft board as well. Yeah. And I'm going to assume, not to discredit what you're saying, but I'm going to assume that, GMs are not calling other teams like, who are you going to pick here? And the other teams willingly giving it away. But it's more or less like, as soon as you kind of everybody goes all in and it's like, okay, that's our guy. It's like, okay, well, whatever we got to do. And the NFL, like, I don't watch the NHL draft that much, so I can't really speak on it. But the NFL is like insane with the strategy, especially when it comes to those first and second rounds, where like you have people trading up to the 32nd pick to get a guy who would probably go high second round, but you're not sure if it's going to make it that far. Like the whole reason Dalton Kincaid got drafted by the Bills, they thought 100%, I believe it was Dallas was going to take him. And I believe they made a trade to go one behind Dallas, and Dallas didn't take them. And then that's when they got him. I think they traded with Tennessee. I might be getting that wrong. But like, I'm assuming the NHL draft, I have to be better with the NHL. First of all, I'll go hand up. I have to be better. The NHL ended when the Leafs were out. I got to be honest. I really only watched the Cup final. I didn't really care about the conference final games. I got to be better. Overall, hand up, got to be better. So anyway, back into your spiel.
I appreciate the hand up. I got to know more about the NFL too. So we started this podcast.
Good question for you today.
I got a good one for you that I'm already scared. I think you don't know the answer, which will be sad. But we're on the rise here.
Pretty sure I got it.
Also, potential. I think I won't say the name of the guest, but we have a potential guest. Hopefully, the next week or so. I'm not gonna say a name just in case we don't get him, and I look like a fucking loser. But he'd be a great guy to have on. Great guy. He was at the draft. Good NCAA knowledge, USHL knowledge. And everything like that. So hopefully we can get him on. But I think what we're going to do is there's a bunch of trades and a bunch of signings in the past few days. Obviously, when this releases, we're going to have a lot more signs that we're not going to be able to get to because it's July 1st tomorrow. And this drops on Wednesday. But I'm going to go through all the trades. We'll kind of give our thoughts on each one, not too in depth because that's just so many trades. Maybe give a grade on them, and then we'll head to the signs. All right. Well, it's going in order here. So this actually happened right after we recorded last episode. And I said Zegras might be on the move. And literally, I think it was literally 10, 20 minutes after we logged off. This trade to Philadelphia from Anaheim for Ryan Poehling, a second-round pick this past draft, and a fourth-rounder next draft. I think Philly definitely won this trade. He's a kid who had it was a hot start. He was kind of all over social media first 2 years and really fell off. And I blame that a lot on coaching. Obviously, he kind of lost some confidence, but I don't know if you heard the stories of like Anaheim's ex-coach Luke Cronin. Like Keith Yandel was not a fan of him. Apparently, he's just a hard ass, not a nice guy. And I'm not saying like you have to be easy on these kids or you just can't be hard on them. But
what did Nick just say?
I see Maple Leafs news. Mitch Marner has been traded to the Vegas Golden Knights and has signed an 8-year deal. Yep, it's official. It's official.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
It's official. Okay.
For tantrum right now. Here we go. Buckle up.
No, I'm very happy. I am okay with this. I think we saw this coming. Fuck's sakes.
12 million AAV.
All right. All right.
Chuck the fear. Chuck the fear.
All right. All right. So,
Ladies and gentlemen, we are off track officially.
So, we'll get right into that. So Marner just traded to Vegas, 8 years, $96 million. $96 million.
It's so awesome that it happened.
We don't know what the deal is. I heard all week it was going to be Nicolas Waugh, which I would love Nicolas Waugh. Great third line center for us. But yeah, signs an 8-year deal. For like all week he was talking, or there's hearing reports that he would sign a 4-year, maybe in a fucking 2-year, but he cashes in, realizing he's not worth all the money, so we wanted to cash in that 8-year contract. Sign and trade with 7 hours left in the deadline, and he goes to Vegas. Yeah, that's I don't know what else to say about that. Again, we're gonna see what happens in the next coming minutes here. I'm just refreshing on Twitter.
I'll pay attention to that. You keep ripping off the trade.
Yeah,
because I want to be the one to break it to you.
It's not like I'm surprised. I shouldn't be surprised. I think it's more the realization that it's actually like happened now, that he's officially gone. But yeah, best of luck. Yeah, I loved you. You're the best. Okay, moving on. I completely forgot what we were talking about. Oh, the Zegras trade.
Zegras trade to Philly.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
Zegras. Yeah, I like it for Anaheim. I like it for Philly. I think it's Rick Toggett's a great coach. He's a great players coach. I think it'll really work benefit for him. I don't hate it for Anaheim too. Dump a guy who makes $5 million, who's an RFA as well. Don't want to deal with negotiations. They don't really need him. Anaheim, they have a ton of other young prospects and more cap space. I think it's a good deal for both sides, but I do like the trade for Philly. Next up, Evander Kane to Vancouver for a 4th rounder. Who also, this is like not fun. Like he apparently got like jumped last night, which is kind of fucked up in Vancouver. I don't know if you heard about that. Did you hear about that?
No, but Vancouver's got some, like every city.
Yeah. So he just got jumped. Hopefully he's okay. Say what you want about the guy, but he obviously had some issues kind of growing up in the NHL. Like there's a lot of things off the ice, but you can tell he's learned a lot. Like they had Zach Heineman on the podcast before the Stanley Cup Finals, and he even said, like, dude, this guy's grown up a ton. Like he's a big family man. He's great in the community. So we don't like to hear that. So hopefully he's okay. For a 4th rounder, that's just just frees up what you can do more this summer. But I don't hate it for either side. But and then the big trade that kind of happened, besides the Noah Dobson trade, which we already got into, the Buffalo trade to Utah. So
yeah, we talked about him going.
Yeah, so we kind of talked about different kind of possibilities of the trade. So Utah Mammoth acquired JJ Peterka and then immediately signed a 7-year, I think it's by 7.5 or 7.7. So Kevin Adams has been getting absolutely buried online for a lot of the moves he's been making, and people have been absolutely ripping into this one. I don't hate it at all. I'll be honest. People are saying he got fleeced and everything like that. A team offer, I think St. Louis offered Kyrou, which again, a guy who may play similar, not a lot of defense, but a lot of offense. So I don't blame the Buffalo for saying no. And apparently they turned down 2 first-round picks, which if you had to guess was probably Montreal. You know what I mean? If a team's offering 2 first-rounders, you can assume it's Montreal. So you're getting a 16th and 17th overall pick. And people are like, oh, you could have got 2 first. But again, you're getting 2 players who are hopeful of becoming what this guy is right now. Right. So, and to me, I think Buffalo got an absolute great deal for this trade. I don't know what your thoughts are. So they got Michael Kesselring, again, like I said about right-handed shot defensemen, very hard to get by. You get a 25-year-old right-handed shot defenseman who's like 6'4", 200 pounds. He had 30 points last year. He's on a good contract. Your left side's been loaded for years with Deline, Power. Samuelson's kind of on the downside, and Bowen Byram. You've been wanting a right-handed shot defenseman. You get one, right? At only 25 years old. And Josh Doan, people just think Josh Doan of, Shane Doan's son, not a real prospect. He was a second-round pick. He's put up numbers in the AHL, NHL. He's got some bites, like 6'3", 200. In like his 5th NHL game, he fought like Radko Gudas. Like, this guy's a dog. So I don't hate that trade whatsoever. You got Peterka. Apparently, like Spin Chicos had Elliot Friedman on today. Apparently, he's very adamant. Like, I didn't want to be in Buffalo. So yeah, like you're getting rid of a player who clearly didn't want to be there, right? For two very valuable pieces. Yes, Buffalo, can I see them making playoffs? No, but you got 2 needs that you desperately needed. Like Peterka, yeah, great offense. He had like 30 and 30 last year, tons of potential, but he's zero defense, right? And like we saw how Florida played, you can't be a running gun offense guy, especially on a shitty team like Buffalo is. And they went to Utah. Their top 6 is a lot of skill, but I like this trade for Buffalo. I don't know what your thoughts are. I'm sure you don't know too much about Kesserling and Doan, but from what I said, I like the deal.
I think we talked a lot about Peterka probably a few episodes ago. And it was more or less like, at this point, if someone doesn't want to be on your team and you're in the middle of a rebuilding era, it's like shipping them away is probably a smart thing to do. And say what you want about Seattle, but they also kind of need to find something too. And like, I think a shakeup for both teams is good. I think I would have to agree with you. I think Buffalo didn't do too bad considering what they got. I mean, Kyrou is pretty good.
He's good, but he's still a player, right? Like, he's just more of an offensive guy. Is he better than Peterka right now? Yes, but he's older, so you're kind of losing that potential what Peterka could be. So, yeah, I don't know. It's like, apparently Doug Armstrong, the St. Louis GM, was actively shopping Kyrou. I just don't think he likes to fit on that mold of that team. But I don't know. I think that's a guy who's getting better. Again, $8 million isn't really what it was in the past. So I don't hate that deal, or I don't hate them keeping Kyrou. And also, I don't hate Buffalo not wanting Kyrou. But yeah, I didn't hate the trade. People are saying Kevin Adams got fleeced. I just don't think so.
Don't worry, buddy. I'll keep you updated.
No, and no, there's news which I'm pissed about. So Marchand is closed to re-signing for 6 years at just over $5 million. Where this guy was probably going to get offered 9 by Toronto or another team.
I literally said today, once the whole Ekblad thing came out, I was like, he's 100% going to resign.
6 years is a long time for, I think he's like 37. Dude, at 5
is a long time, but
at just a guy who's just over $5 million.
I think at this point, why would you want to leave?
No, so so they're gonna fucking three-peat. They have the exact same roster. They're going to get better because you're going to have a full year of Marchand on your team. And so Toronto needs to make some moves. It's likely that
Marchand is signing a 6-year contract extension worth $32 million with the Florida Panthers. Fuck me.
I'm sick to my fucking stomach. This is just horrible.
All right. So happy football's first.
Sorry, people are texting me and calling me right now. Like, Owen's trying to call me.
Anyway,
this is
folks,
insane. Yeah, Florida's fucking Florida's gonna be three-peating. Like, this is insane.
This is wild. I mean, I read the Bleacher Report, so like, I'm not sure, but I think it's almost 100%.
No, Elliot Friedman said they're closing in on 6 years at like just around $32 million. So it'll be like 6 years at 5.2. Again, 6 years is probably it's probably what sold it. Again, like, I think on the open market, Marchand was probably going to get, like, I didn't even get north of 8. Like, people are saying 9, 9.5. I think that's way too much. He's a heck of a player, proved in the playoffs, but I think he definitely could have fetched like 8 or 9. Yeah, it's just that 6 years, dude. If you're 37, you see a 6-year deal, it doesn't really matter what that AAV is, man. Like, that 6 years is big. Getting paid into almost to your mid-40s is fucking wild. So Leafs have some work to do. I'm hoping for the Vegas side for the Marner sign and trade. I'm really hoping it's it looks like it's Nicolas Waugh, which I don't know if you know much about him. He's like a 6'5" third line center, back-to-back years with Vegas, like 40 points as a third line center. I've always said Toronto's biggest issue is depth. And obviously with that trade for Michelli, who's again a 50-point guy, Nicolas Waugh, 40 points third line center. I think we definitely improved our depth.
Drager just tweeted it may be a formality, but the Marner trade is still being worked on. So probably in the next, I hope as well we're doing the pod, it probably will be.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. This is horrible. Okay, I don't even know about that.
Ryan is in shambles. Okay, I will list off some. How about I list some of these trades and you give me your thought?
All right, so yeah,
I'll tee them up for you. All right, let's go. Oh, I like this one. Columbus acquires Charlie Coyle and Miles Woods for Gavin Bradley, a third-round pick in 2025, and a conditional second round.
I love this trade for Colorado. Like, it's obviously there's like the Crosby rumors because Colorado like dumped like 9-10 million in cap within like a few hours. But like, dude, like Gavin Brindley, I did a prospect watch on him like a few months ago. He's like a top end prospect. Like he was a first rounder. Like he was Columbus's top end prospect. And Charlie Coyle is a very solid third line center. Like he was on Boston when they were, like winning like 60 games, like at the great third line center. God, burping. Miles Wood, he's kind of past what he really was. He can fly, he can kill guys, but he's making, I don't know how much money he's making. So like, again, like Colorado got a solid prospect who can arguably make the roster this year and a second round pick. I don't hate it for Columbus because they're trying to make they were close to making playoffs. You need those type of guys to win. Like I like those players, but if you're Colorado, cap was an issue, and those are some kind of cap expendable guys. So I love this trade for Colorado.
All right, like that. That was a good little breakdown there. Ottawa traded for Jordan Spence. Traded Jordan Spence for a third in 2025 and a sixth in 2026.
I love this trade for Ottawa too. I think Elliot Friedman said on the podcast today that Jordan Spence kind of quietly requested a trade. He kind of wanted a fresh scenery because obviously LA has a lot of good defensemen. You got Brant Clark. Well, they have Gavrikov, but I'm hearing he's likely going to New York Rangers. But yeah, right. Again, like I've said probably 10 times on this podcast already, right-handed shot defenseman, can move up the ice well. Ottawa, their biggest issue was the right side. You have Sanderson, Chabot on the left side, as well as that Cliveman guy. Is it Cliveman? Remember the guy, the third line pair on Ottawa? Was it Cliveman? Cleveman? You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I can't remember his last name.
Yeah, he's like a very solid third line left-hand pairing, right? But then the right side, you have Jensen, Zub's very solid, and like Hamonic. So getting that right-handed shot guy was very solid for them. I heard they were all in on Aaron Ekblad. They probably would have given him like 8x9, but they got a solid top 4 or above average top 6 right-hand defenseman. And I don't hate it for LA. Just get some picks involved and a guy who just requested a trade. So I don't hate it.
Provorov will be re-signing in Columbus, according to Elliot Friedman.
Yeah, okay, I saw that coming. I think
we kind of talked about that a little bit.
Yeah, he's a solid defenseman. I know Leafs were in on him. I think at the deadline.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think it makes sense. I think they're building something really nice in Columbus, especially they're kind of bonded together, especially with the incident last year with the Gaudreau and everything. So I think they're building something special in Columbus, and I think they're definitely going to be buyers this free agency. So I'm excited.
You want to move over some signings?
I think there's a few more trades. I'm just looking at sports. I've been busy, so I haven't really been able to write them all down. But I'll talk about the John Gibson trade. John Gibson to Detroit for Mrazek, a second and a fourth. I think for both teams it makes sense. Anaheim, you have Lucas Dostal, who is a very solid young goalie, who's getting better and better. Again, like I've been raving on Anaheim almost every day. They're looking really good, and a guy who I don't know if he seems like John Gibson's been on the trading block for fucking 10 years. Like he's been looking like he was really, really good for a few years with the Getzlaf and Perry, but ever since they got younger, I feel like you requested a trade like 5 years ago. So, and Detroit's been looking for that goalie. They have probably one of the top goalie prospects in the world in Sebastian Cossa, but it's tough for goalies, man. Like a goalie really doesn't become good till like late 20s. Like if you look at Bobrovsky, he's 37. And he's got no signs of slowing down. Like it's rare you see a young goalie really come onto the scene. So goalies need time. I like this for Detroit. You kind of need to make a move. Eisman's ready to win. Detroit's ready to win. I don't know. Like Gibson's last few years haven't been very good, but their teams have been kind of shit. So we'll see what he can do in a new market. I'm excited for that. I like this trade for both teams. That's pretty much it. There's kind of some slight swaps. Actually, we'll talk about the 3 trades today. So I heard in the sign-in trade for Marner, I heard that Nick Hague might be in the deal as well, but he actually got traded to Nashville with a 3rd-round pick and for Jeremy Lauzon and Colton Sissons. Then Hague immediately signs, I think it's like a 5x5.5, 4x5.5. Solid defenseman. More of a shutdown guy. I don't mind the value for him. I think it's kind of a salary dump or contract dump for Vegas as well because they knew they couldn't afford him with his RFA status. And he got 2 cheap options in Lauzon and Sissons, and Sissons is getting 50% of his contract retained. Minnesota acquired Vladimir Tarasenko. That kind of caught me off guard. He's been on the move a lot recently.
He has been on the move a lot.
Yeah, a lot. I think ever since he left St. Louis, he went to Ottawa, then Florida, then Detroit, now Minnesota. It's for future considerations. You never know what that means. It could just mean a later pick in the round. I think Detroit's just trying to clear up some cap. Minnesota is finally kind of cap free of the whole Suter and Parise deals. So I think that's a good kind of middle 6 sniper who still can put up some numbers and play with Kaprizov. So I like that deal for both teams. And finally, a trade that I love, the kind of the small bright spot in Leafland today is Matias Maccelli acquired for conditional 3rd. I don't know what the conditions are. I'm sure if at least make 2nd round and becomes a 2nd, or at least make 3rd round and becomes a 2nd, or whatever it is. But he had an off year last year, kind of like 18, 19 points in 50 games. But the 2 previous years, he had around 50 points. And again, he can be that. I see him as a guy that they wanted Nick Robertson to become. Smaller, very skilled, somewhat gritty. And what was that?
We just re-signed Steven Lorentz. So I like that.
It better not be like more than like $1 million, $1.5 million though.
And Florida Panthers and Brad Marchand reached 6-year deal. It is official.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
Here, LeBron.
All right. Oh, okay. 3 years at 1.3 for Lorenz. Oh, I'm very okay with that.
Yeah, it's a good deal.
Very okay with that. He was a guy who is always a 4th liner. He was one of the few 4th liners on our team who never really got scratched. It was always, Camp, Dewar, those guys. So I'm very happy with that. 3 years at 1.3. Very happy with that. Let's see.
Man, this is hard to keep up.
This is insane. I'm very happy though. Fuck, dude.
Nicholas Hague traded from Nashville to.
I said that. Yeah, I talked about that.
All right.
Yeah.
Sweet. I love paying attention.
Quickly, the end of Maccelli deal. Really like it. Again, like I said, if we get Nicolas Wall as well with Maccelli, our depth looks a lot better. We still need another kind of game breaker, maybe on the wing, and to replace Marner. I mean, we're obviously not going to fucking replace Marner, but something like that, like a Besser. I can really see Brock Besser come to Toronto. I would love that. I'm just worried about overpaying him, but we'll see. That's it about the trades. But again, I will say, we'll get into the other Leaf signings and Leaf news. I think Tree Living has done a phenomenal job this offseason. The best offseason by GM for Leafs in a long time. We'll get into all the signings, but I don't want to just get into Leafs signing because I want to talk about some positive things for Toronto. Both contracts, and we're getting anxious for a while about the contracts. Both done, and arguably both done way better than I thought they were going to be. I was fully okay with paying Tavares 4x7, 3x7. The fact that we got him at 4 I think it's 4 times 4.38, so basically 4.4, that's phenomenal. He probably could have got 8 on the open market. I am more than okay with that. He definitely wanted to win. I was worried why it was taking so long, and I heard the Leafs were lowballing the shit.
Apparently they came in at 4x3, and he was like, "How about go fuck yourself?" And they're about 4 by 4.38.
How about 4 times 3.2? How about that?
No, again, still not good.
Again, he's getting older and older, but again, $4 million with this cap. Like next year, the cap's going up by like $12 million.
Yeah,
he had 38 goals last year.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Even if by the end of his deal he's a 3rd line center, $4 million for a 3rd line center is awesome. So happy for him. Again, he wanted to stay home, and you know what? People want to argue like people don't like. I think players look at that on the team. They say, "Okay, this guy wants to stay here. They want to win." I love that deal for him. and especially for the Leafs. And I think Kyprios mentioned it recently. He said when they're negotiating this deal, and again, Kyprios can be kind of iffy for me, but I don't mind him at times. Like at one point he said, "Oh, I don't see a world where Marchand is not on Toronto." Well, this is the fucking world where he's not on Toronto.
We're in it.
Yeah, we're in it.
You want to see something that's going to piss you off?
I'd rather not. I'm okay with that.
Oh.
I'm okay with that.
It pissed me off a little bit. It looks weird.
But yeah, what's go ahead.
We're going to the signings.
Oh yeah, but
Knies.
And then Knies, this ended up way better than I thought it was going to be.
I thought for sure it was going to be more of a bridge deal.
And again, I heard they lowballed the shit out of him. I heard I was offered 4x4.
Jesus.
That's what and again, like back to what I was saying about Kyprios, apparently the Leafs really wanted to come out and feel like they've won a signing. They haven't won a signing in a while. Everything's the Dubas and everything got bent over by these guys. Like they really wanted to feel like, hey, we got in there, we stuck our neck out. We really we didn't want to lose communication and kind of lose that trust with these players. But we got to tell you, like, hey, we've got some issues in the past. We can't let that happen again. And you know what? I love Knies, and I love the potential he can be, like a Break-A-Chuck, those type of players. Tom Will, stuff like that. But let's be honest. Last year, he had 50 points, 29 goals. The year before, he had 37 points. Great in the playoffs, which is obviously huge for a young guy. If he's not an $8-9 million player yet, the fact that we got him 6 years, I think it's 7.6, more than happy with that. The fact I didn't even know 6 years was on the table.
No, neither did I.
6 years, I am more than okay with that. I remember Frank Saravalli commented saying, if it got to 8 years, it would be over 10 million. If we gave him to 8 by 10.5, I would have fucking lost my mind. Like, I love Knies, and I think he has tons of potential. Giving a guy who has, I think, under 100 points in his career, $10 million a year, I would have fucking lost my mind. Yeah, Tree Living, very happy with the offseason so far.
Marner is getting...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
and apparently it's 1-for-1, Nicolau Waugh for Marner. Again, our depth is looking really good down the middle with Matthews, Tavares, and Waugh. Again, a 40 point, 6'5" center on a championship winning team in Vegas. You want a cup there? I'm okay with it. Yeah, should I say my final goodbyes to Marner?
The fact that you haven't had a temper tantrum, it means that, you know what?
I haven't yet.
Some of the therapy is working.
I'm not gonna do a temper tantrum. He's one of the best Leafs of all time. I don't know if I put him top 5. He's up there. Like, I think Matthews, Sundin, and Gilmore are all above him. And I can't say guys like Sid Alps, who won the cup in like the 60s, is better than him, because I can't just say that. Again, top 5 in points and playoff points. Do I think he's whiny? And do I think that, he thinks he's the scapegoat and he thinks he's been disrespected is a wild statement? Yeah.
If you were his agent, what would you have said to him in his thought process of either re-signing or testing free agency?
Sorry, say that again. My head's all over the place.
Say I'm Mitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Mitch Marner. I come to you. You're my agent. Man, this year's not really how I wanted to turn out to be. Media's kind of really getting to me here. I think I might need a change of scenery. I've been here for almost 10 years, pretty well 10 years. I just don't know if it's worth it anymore. What would you convince him to go? Or, like, I've thought for sure, I'm not going to lie, I thought for sure he was going to get to July 1. I thought it was going to get to July 1. He's going to test free agency. I wasn't completely sold on the fact that he was over Toronto.
Right, yeah. At what point in the year is this? Like, what point is this Marner telling his agent this? Like,
this is week after they lose to Florida.
Agent's job is to make his client as much money as possible. And if I'm his agent, like, hey, if you're done with this media, like, you're going to make way more in free agency. The agent obviously he cares for that guy. He cares for the player. And he wants to make as much money as possible and fulfill what he wants to do. And I tell him, like, hey, like, there's a lot of different options. Obviously, we can work with Toronto, do a sign-in trade, so we can get that 8 years and more AAV. And no matter what, you're going to make at least 12 million. You're going to make more than your last deal. So no matter what, you're going to make money. So money is not the issue at all. If you want to go somewhere quiet, you can sign fucking 14 million in Anaheim or Carolina and still be a good team, or even Chicago and a rebuilding team. Or we can work on something like with Vegas or whatever. So I I don't think I can't see an agent ever want to convince a player to stay if he truly wants to leave. I feel like that's not their job. I obviously like they sometimes maybe play a psychologist type role or not like psychotherapist type role, stuff like that. But at the end of the day, he's like, dude, I'm here for you. I'll get you as much money as you want with any team you want, right? So
Yeah.
end of the day, it's whatever. We'll see what happens.
We might need to talk about Florida now.
Yeah, Florida. So let's get to the signings. So we'll start with the first. So there was 3 free agents they had: Sam Bennett, Ekblad, and Marchand. And I think the order that it was likelihood from I heard from most people was Bennett 1, like most likely to sign. I heard Marchand most likely was 2, then Ekblad 3, because the market for a right-handed shot defenseman, like I keep saying, and Marchand's getting older. He's like, fuck, dude, I just want to retire. Did you fart?
No, I was turning the thing on my...
I heard a fart. I was hoping it was going to be fart. That would have made my day.
Sorry.
So Bennett, it was the right move, 8x8. Like, I think that's a great deal for him. So I think the original offer was what Carter Verhaeghe signed at the beginning of the season, which was 7x7. And I think Colin Smythe got him an extra year and an extra million.
Yeah,
so I think they got to the 8x8. Great deal. You can say all you want about his regular season, 50 points. Like, that's the most he's gotten.
Doesn't
Paid
matter.
for championships. Yeah.
Unit.
Again, $8 million. Like I keep saying, like $8 million is not really what it was. I'm not saying it's like a $3 million deal, but it's a cheaper deal with the salary cap. So it's a great deal. Right when I was at the gym, I saw Aaron Ekblad re-signed 8 years at 6.1.
Bargoon.
Yeah, it's a bargoon. He's not going to get the points like Dobson gets. That's what Dobson's at 9.5, but he's a championship caliber defenseman. It's hard for me to say he shut down McDavid, where McDavid broke his ankles twice in the finals, but Ekblad still was a rock solid defenseman. Probably, again, with the right-handed shot market, probably could have gotten north of 8. People are saying 9. I don't think he would have gotten 9. I think maybe Ottawa or those other teams, but 6.1, again, you stay where you were drafted. He's first overall player, one of the best Panthers of all time because they have a shorter history. Great deal for them. And then right after the Marner sign and trade, I'm like, hey, Marner sign and trade. Hopefully we'll get Marchand. Marchand signs a 6-year at, what was it, like just over 5.1, something like that. But it's just, they're going to three-peat. They're going to three-peat.
Nuts, dude.
They're going to three-peat. It's just, why would you leave? And I don't like the state income tax argument. I don't think it's fair to them and that organization just yet. But if no state tax team wins another 5 more years, then I think it becomes an issue. Elliot Friedman said that on the podcast today. He's like, it's too early for us to say it's an issue, but in 5 more years, I think you got to, because last year, Florida back-to-back, then Vegas, so all no state tax to what I'm fucking losing my mind.
No state income tax.
No state income tax teams. Then it was Colorado, which I don't know what Colorado's is. I don't know if it's like middle of the pack. I'm not entirely sure what Denver's is.
They also just had gross talent that year.
Yeah, that team was, you have McKinnon and Rantanen and McCarr. But then 2 years of Florida. And then before that, it was like Pittsburgh, very high tax. Chicago, I think, is middle of the pack. Washington.
Chicago has some of the highest in the U.S.
Yeah,
I believe.
so exactly. So you kind of, it's too early, but I think what Friedman said was very true. Like, I think, again, if it's 5 more years of this, you got to start thinking about it. I'm sure they're already thinking of what they could do. Not they would implement it, because you don't want to be like, all right, it's an issue, let's fix it. But then that takes a while to fix. So you got to start thinking of a plan now. But and he said, I don't know what you do. How do you fix this? Like it's a government related. Like it's salary. Like it's how do you just
I wonder if there's
give
anything
these players
in the NFL.
Sorry?
But I wonder if there's anything in the NFL. I don't believe there is, though.
I think we would have heard about it. I don't think so. But yeah. So it's good on, like, again, like, good on this management. Like Bill Zito's an absolute fucking animal. He's built an absolute wagon of a team, and I don't think there's gonna be any changes in that team. I'm trying to think of any other free agents they have. I don't think they have any. They're definitely done for the summer, though. I don't think they have any cap space unless they make a trade, but they're set for a three-peat, and they're going to be well-oiled. They're in the Bahamas right now. They're going to be ready and to go. But Yeah, and good for Marchand. I was really hoping to get Marchand, but 6-year deal at 37, $5 million a year, no state income tests.
Just to bounce the
Florida.
Leafs again next year. Jesus.
Yeah. But yeah, let's talk through a bunch of other signings. I know we're kind of.
I'm all over the place. I can't do it.
Yeah,
I keep checking my phone.
I know. I'll just get through these quickly. We already talked about Trent Frederick. Joel Hofer, an RFA goalie, re-signed with St. Louis, 2 years by 6.8. That was a good deal for them. Claude Giroux re-signs at 1 year at $2 million. Good deal for them. I'm surprised it took so long. I think he wanted more term and more money, but again, to me, he's worse than Tavares, and I didn't think he was going to get that much. So I think that's fair deal for him. And Provorov signing a 7 years at 8.5. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
He's good. He has solid lefty, kind of two-way defenseman. 8.5's a lot. I think it's a little too much in my opinion. Good for him. We'll get into it. The signing that just happened right before we logged on, Evan Bouchard, $10.5 million for 4 years, so like $42 million. He's definitely worth the money. Again, you can say all you want about defense. He's one of the best playoff defensemen of all time. He fits that team so well. He's an offensive juggernaut. I think he's worth that money. Just they got to sign the big dog. Hopefully July 1. I don't think it'll be July 1, but
everyone is
we'll
saying
see.
that they pray that Vegas gets hammered by the NHL for tampering.
Yeah, so let's get into that. So Elliot Friedman teased it yesterday on his podcast that there's no speculation of this. There's no evidence that he has of this, but at the GM meetings, teams or the league warned teams about tampering because it's slowly becoming an issue because a lot of agents are becoming GMs and they know the way around it all. They know how to work it. So there's no evidence of Vegas ever talking to Marner before July 1, but there will be investigated likely. And apparently they said at the meeting they want to make a big example of this, which because this is the first time it's ever happened. And the example would likely be a couple draft picks, some fines, and even Marner would get fined as well. Again, and Elliot Friedman said too, like tampering happens all the time. You would not believe. He's like, it happens more than you think it is, and these guys are so fucking smart of how they do it. So I don't know. I think it'd be hilarious if they get fined. That would just add to the fucking soap opera. But
would it ever? Holy fuck!
But yeah, I mean, there's so many signings. I don't even know what to fucking get to. Kapanen 1 year, 1.3 with Edmonton. Great deal for them. I really liked him. I think on a 1 year deal, he wants to kind of approve it. I like that for them. Morgan Geekie signed a big deal with Boston, 6 years at 5.5. Really like his progression. He's only 26, second, third line center. Really like that for him. Kevin Ball, 6 years at $5.35 million a year. He's like 6'7", 6'8". He's a big boy, 25 years old. Really like him. Again, not a point guy, but I definitely think solid deal for them. I think it definitely caught me off guard, but don't hate it. Fuck, this has been. I can't wait to look back at the time when the trade happened and all. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on all that? I think I've talked about them a lot. Like, what are your thoughts on do you have the same amount of hatred that I do, or do you get it, but at the same time, like you're just like fuck off? Like, what are your thoughts on Marner, the whole situation? Do you think he's being kind of a baby with the whole scapegoat and disrespected thing?
I don't know. It's kind of tough. It's like on the one hand, I get it from both perspectives. I get it from his perspective as a human being. He's a professional athlete, and yeah, the Toronto media is tough. We've talked about that, but also at the same time, you're a professional athlete who should be taking your game to the next level in the playoff. Like these playoffs, he had 2 goals, 13 points in 13 games.
In games 5 to 7 in his entire career with the Leafs, he has 0 goals and like 5 assists in 18 games.
So like at some point, even if I'm the Leafs, and especially, I never thought he was a Berube type player. And
no.
I really love Berube as a coach.
Mm-hmm.
I think Matthew Knies is a Berube type player. I think Austin Matthews could even be. I think Willie is. I just never saw Marner as that guy. And I think the reason being is more or less it's just like at some point you have to make a change. They're never getting rid of Willie. They're never getting rid of Matthews. Tavares was a maybe, but you're never going to get the same amount in return for Tavares. But like, if I'm being honest, yeah, it's like a long-term relationship that you got strung along on for too long. It's like either break it off and then now you get to a point where it's like you're 10 years deep and it's like, really? It's like now, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. Yeah. I don't like him.
Fuck him.
I don't like him. I don't think I'll be like the harshest critic.
Yeah. I'm sweating right now. Gross. Yep, pits are nasty. I'm intense. It's a sweaty dungeon down here, dude. It's a sweaty dungeon down here. I'm dying, bro. I'm in a fucking third shower.
I'll put it to you this way: it's not like if Josh Allen got traded, but it's kind of like, and James Cook hasn't been with the Bills for as long, but it'd be like the equivalent to me for right now is if James Cook, but I could see how for everyone else it could be like a Josh Allen, if that analogy makes sense to you.
Yeah, no, I get it. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Like my Josh Allen would be Matthews. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know, it's tough. It's tough to relate it that way, but like, am I happy that he's going to be in fucking Vegas, have no state income tax, probably go to the playoffs every year? And what I hope for him every year is he gets bounced in the first round, never makes it to a cup finals, and just that's the end of his career, and he was the best regular season player ever.
I like all these nasty fans who like hope for an injury and all that. I hate him to death. I'll never do that. That's disgusting.
I never talk bad about his family.
No, that's horrible. Do I hope he never finds success? 100%. Like
on the ice. On the ice.
Oh, I mean, he's gonna sign for $100 million. I think he already won in life. I hope everyone gets paid. If I saw a random ass fourth liner who signed for 8x8 way overpaid, I'm like, fuck yeah, that guy just paid $64 million, but he's not worth it. But who gives a shit? He's laughing in your face right now. Like, yeah, do you think I mean, it's gonna be tough for him. I definitely feel like there's some loser fans out there who are probably already DMing him. I'm sure his DMs are flooded right now, but he doesn't deserve it. As much as I hate him and just everything that's going on, I'll never wish anything bad on him.
No,
physically. But I honestly hope he breaks records in the regular season. In the playoffs, he just does nothing. That's what I hope.
Jesus, here's the first three tweets.
Fuck off.
Here's the first three tweets. For every like of this tweet, I will name 10 hockey players better than Mitch Marner. Mitch Marner going to Vegas, and it's just WWE. Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
All right.
Marner to Vegas, every other playoff team in the West.
All right, well, let's just wrap up with hockey here.
Yeah, sorry.
So the new CBA, I don't know if you read the CBA, but
definitely.
I don't know why I even asked. 84 game season. I fucking hate this. I already think there's way too many games. Hockey shouldn't be ending in almost July. Preseason games are dropping by a lot, which is good, but I think there's way too many games. Like I said, hockey shouldn't be in July, late June. I think hockey should be ending in May, late May. New max term for contracts. So, you know how we said, like, existing player, 8 years, new contract, 7 years, the max. They're going down to 7 and 6 now, which I'm not sure what the reason is, but I don't really care. The whole LTIR loophole is now closed. I think it's a long time coming. That is no longer available. I don't blame teams from the past for doing this. I don't think it's in the rulebook. Why not use it? But I think it's right. It's the right move to do that. So now your playoff roster has to be cap compliant. The draft, the rights to a drafted player is extended now. Before, when you draft a player, you have his rights for 3 years, and he can either re-enter the draft or become a free agent. But now it's 4 years, which I think is a lot smarter because, like Adam Fox, he was drafted in the 6th round to Carolina. He knew he could develop more in college and sign wherever he wants. He waited 3 years and signed a big ticket in New York, and look at him now, right? So I think it's smart to give a team more leeway, 4 years. I was listening to the podcast. Not a lot of things the players won in this CBA, but a bit more of an expanded health coverage and post-career support, which is obviously really good. Jackson is gone. He's so upset. I guarantee he knocked over his camera as usual. That's usually what he does. I'll just keep going. There he is. There's our guy.
My leg and the camera got knocked.
Salary cap projections. So this year it's 95.5. Next year 104. Then the year after 113 million projected, which is awesome. And like those can still rise, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to think what else. I'm hearing Canucks are going to sign Demko very soon. Just waiting on that. Vlasic on waivers to getting buyout. He signed a 7-year deal with San Jose a while ago. Was known as a unreal shutdown defenseman. He played the Olympics, Olympic gold. Just at the time, when he signed a 7-year deal, near the end of it, it's not going to be worth it, but you really want to get the player at that time. And Pietrangelo may miss the entire season due to some injuries that just linger through the whole year. So that sucks.
Crazy.
I really like him as a player. I think the Leafs were in on him a few years ago in free agency, but
remember when he declined to play for Canada in the Four Nations and then got absolutely lit up this season?
Yeah, that sucks. But final little bit of talk, Hockey Hall of Fame. I think this offseason is kind of overshadowing the fact of how loaded this Hall of Fame class is. I'll kind of briefly go over. We've only been an hour, and we still have some other football stuff and golf to talk about. But quickly, Duncan Keith, one of my favorite defensemen of all time. I was a Chicago fan growing up as well because Toronto was dog shit when I was a kid. So Duncan Keith, well-deserved. Zdeno Chara, well-deserved. I think he's 7th all-time in games played, first by a D-man, Norris winner, Cup champion. Great for him. Alexander Mogilny, 16 years he was eligible, finally gets in. Cup champion, 6-time All-Star. He had like 76 goals one year. He's one of the first Russian players to defect from the Soviet Union in like the late 80s.
Late 80s, damn.
Yeah, it was a while. I was surprised that people think this should have happened immediately. I don't know. If you don't win a league award, like he won a Lady Byng, that's like most gentlemanly player. That's not like an MVP or anything like that. I think he definitely should have got in, but it's nothing like what? Oh, you don't know what the Lady Byng is?
Yeah, sorry, I don't know what a Lady Byng is. It sounds like something I used to call my bong in university or something. Like, oh, a Lady Byng award? Gentlemanly player?
All right, well, this is a children's podcast. Relax.
Oh, sorry, maybe cut that out.
Just kidding. But yeah, good for him. I think he is well deserved. Hopefully Keith Tkachuk can get in soon. I would love for him to get in. He's well deserved as well. Jumbo Joe Thornton, no brainer. MVP Art Ross winner. Sharks all-time leader in assists. 14th all-time in points. 7th all-time in assists. No brainer there. Jennifer Botterill. She is the woman anchor on the Sportsnet when you see her doing it with Ron and everything. I didn't realize her resume. 3 Olympic golds, a silver, 5 World Championship golds, and 3 silvers. Well deserved there. Brianna Decker, USA Women Olympian, Olympic gold, 2 silver, 6 World Championship golds, and 2 silvers. But Jennifer's got more gold, so suck on that. Jack Parker. So I've heard a lot about this guy. He coached BU for 40 years. Oh, Jesus Christ.
That's a career.
Coached BU for 40 years. He's a 6-time Hockey East tournament champion and 3-time NCAA national championship. Congrats to him. And I'm going to butcher this name. Sugo, I don't know how you say that. But she was a U.S. Canadian Olympic coach who won gold, I think, in 2002. So
Danielle Stavagou.
That was good. And finally, the last bit of hockey talk. This has been a long.
Dude, I've been thinking about it for a long time. I think I got it.
So this is. I've been stumping him. I want to give him a layup. If you don't fucking get this, we're gonna renegotiate your contract. All right,
I was doing it for free. I'm gonna have to pay you.
So the question is, what is the original 6 teams in the NHL?
Leafs, Bruins,
yep.
Red Wings,
Yep.
Blackhawks,
Yep.
Canadians.
Yep.
Oh, I had the other one. I was thinking about it right when I said that to you. What did I say? I said Leafs, Bruins, Leafs, Bruins, Red Wings, Canadian. Oh, New York Rangers.
There you go. Attaboy.
Let's go. The Rangers was the one that was stumping me, and I was sitting there and I was fucking trying to think, and I couldn't think of it. And then you talked about Adam Fox in New York, and I was like, oh. All right, let's hop over to the NFL quickly. This will be real quick. I'm
gonna have a nap, dude. You got the NFL.
Ryan's exhausted. Rogers last year, who cares? Not me. Going to be a horrible year. If you're a Steelers fan, I feel bad for you. The Bucs re-signed Coach Todd Bowles. I like this for him. GM Jason Licht also gets a multi-year contract extension. They're able to get it done. I like what the Bucs have built, especially with Baker, Mike Evans. Their defense is pretty good. They've been able to make it to playoffs. I like the Bucs overall. The Seahawks signed Shaquille Griffin. I could not care. The only thing that I know, Shaquille Griffin is a good defensive player in the NFL. The only reason I really remember Shaquille
one hand?
Shaquem Griffin.
Oh, this is brother. Okay,
had one hand.
Gotcha. All right.
Deontay Johnson said he believes Pickett will be a QB1. Who cares? The Browns
I know it's the only thing I could find.
The Browns are going to stink.
I heard like it's likely going to be Shedeur Sanders. I've heard that he's balling, but I think we talked about that last podcast.
Yeah. Okay. Now this is where Gronk's top 4 tight ends, and I believe he means right now.
Yeah. It's sorry, it is right now.
But to not even have Travis Kelce somewhat on this list, and even though he had a down year last year, he wasn't as good. To not have him on this list, and he is getting older. Like Dalton Kincaid, good. Don't get me wrong. Like, so in order: George Kittle, Dallas Goedert, Mark Andrews, Dalton Kincaid. Great list. Really good list.
Goddard.
Dallas Goedert is good.
He great tight. No, I love him as a tight. And you can tell what all these guys have in common. They're all big fucking massive guys who can play both ends of the ball, or like kind of they can do all type of plays. But like,
yeah, with George Kittle is really good.
He's the best. He's the best tight in the league by
amazing.
a mile, I think.
Yeah, he is 100%.
Yeah.
Mark Andrews, good. Thank you for dropping the ball last year.
Down year, but I love Mark Andrews. He's a dog. I like.
He
Mark
is really
Andrews.
good. He is really good.
Dallas Goedert's good, but I was shocked to see Dallas Goedert.
Also,
that was weird.
The NFL, he is really good. The NFL is releasing their top 100, which I love because they release it like 10 players a day. Ed McConkey, first year, breaks into the top 100, number 100, baby. I love the NFL top 100. It is so much fun. So yeah, Ladd McConkey's number 100. I'll probably continue to add in stuff about the top 100 as we get close. You want to give a quick prediction on who you think the number 1 player overall is going to be?
I'll give one, Lord and our Savior, QB1, Josh Allen.
Well, let me tell you, probably won't be. I would
probably
love
Lamar.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure it was Pat Mahomes last year. No,
he dropped it. He was like 6. I don't think he was number 1. I don't think he was even top 5. I could be fucking crazy, but I remember seeing he dropped quite a bit.
Oh, it was Tyreek. Tyreek was number 1.
I don't even think he was 2. Like, I'm not even. Am I tripping?
I can't remember. He was up there.
No, for sure. But let's just. Yeah, he was 4. I remember he dropped quite a bit. Yeah, no, Mahomes was 4th. I knew he dropped a little bit, but yeah, no, 4th. I'm excited to see kind of your reaction to. Like,
they released like break 10 at a time.
They do like 100 to like 91, right, or whatever. Give me your 1 to 5 right now. Wait,
I mean,
you can do 1 to 10 if you want, or it's so 1
tough.
to 5.
I'm gonna go. It's so tough. Like I want to go Saquon 1. Yeah, I want to go Saquon 1. Everyone's gonna hate me. And I go Josh 2.
Saquon 1.
Yeah, probably Lamar 3.
MVP, baby. What else can you say?
Henry 4.
Lamar 3.
I mean, Henry could be anywhere from 4 to 8 or 4 to 10.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, he could be anywhere from 4 to. Well,
I was gonna say
I'd probably take
from
Lamar.
Like 4 to 10. Honestly.
I'll keep it.
Yeah.
It's based off the last year. Yeah, it's based.
Is this based off last year? I forget.
Yeah.
Or is it going? Okay,
yeah,
I was gonna say Jefferson,
Saquon,
but Jefferson was hurt
Josh,
for a while, so he can't really do
Lamar.
Jettas.
I don't know if I'm gonna put Henry 4 in.
Lamar.
Might go. I was gonna say probably
Chase or Burrow.
4.
Like I mean, fucking monster seasons. I put Burrow over Henry.
I'm trying to think of other like wide receivers. You have to be like you could go Miles Garrett.
Defensive player's not really like going to be like the top 5. You think?
You have to be unbelievably dumb. Like you have to be an absolute stud, standout playmaker. Which obviously there is, but like top 5 is like guys who will their team.
Yeah.
Like Saquon didn't will the Eagles. The Eagles were probably one of the most complete teams last year, especially with the defense they had. The defense worked so well as a unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I think probably in and around there. Like guessing anywhere other than like the top 10 is so tough though. But yeah, that's kind of my 1 through 5. I think it's either going to be Saquon 1.
I like your top 5.
Typically, it's usually a absolutely dominant wide receiver, but like you can't really. I wouldn't put AJ Brown 1. I wouldn't put Devontae Smith 1. Yeah, I think it has to be probably Saquon 1 or Lamar or like Joe Burrow. Like I love Josh to death, but they will forever continually call Josh one of the most overrated quarterbacks ever, which is ridiculous. I don't like Bill's slant. All right. There's been some signings and trades, but the NFL has been pretty quiet. Jalen Ramsey today. I think we kind of saw this coming. It's been talked about a lot. Tyreek was saying that he was trying to convince Jalen Ramsey to come back, which is hilarious because Tyreek wanted out of the Dolphins at the end of the season. Now apparently he's all back in on the bandwagon. But yeah, Jalen Ramsey and Jonnu Smith go to Pittsburgh, and in return, the Dolphins get Minkah Fitzpatrick. Jalen Ramsey also got, I think, a $10 million raise. I'm not 100% positive on the actual terms of the money. If there's any draft picks involved, I don't love this for the Steelers. Jonnu Smith really kind of shined last year because of Tua. And Jonnu Smith is really good. He was great for me in fantasy. I told Nick to pick him up in like week 9, and Nick was thriving.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
but he'll be good. Like he'll be good with the Steelers. He really will. I saw him and Freiermuth. Freiermuth is big body tight end. Jonnu Smith is big body as well. They use their tight ends blocking wise a little bit more too. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see how he kind of fits into that offense. That offense is going through a major change this year. Jalen Ramsey can just slot into a defense. It's not the same player he used to be. I don't believe. I don't really know why. I mean, Minkah Fitzpatrick has kind of perennially been pretty good. Had some crazy standout seasons. I don't think he boost the Dolphins defense in the way that Jalen Ramsey did. I think he didn't he start on the Dolphins,
or where did he start?
Yeah, I believe you're correct.
I think he was Dolphins and traded to the Steelers.
Almost positive you are correct. He was drafted by the Dolphins in 18, traded to Pittsburgh in 19. Been with Pittsburgh ever since.
Sniped.
So yeah, I like that. It's not a great trade for either team, I don't think. I kind of think Ramsey was over it. The Dolphins weren't going to be able to pay him what he wanted, considering what they're kind of going through right now with Tyreek and Jalen Waddle and Tua. So yeah, I don't know. Interesting trade. Weird. My question for you is John Elway, amazing quarterback. What team drafted John Elway?
First overall, pretty sure. Well, like I know he played for the Broncos his whole career, but I feel like it's a trick question. It's not the Broncos. Well, I'll say the Broncos. Just
you
in case
would be
like
wrong.
Not the Broncos.
And John Elway was indeed.
Yeah. Okay. Whoa.
Okay. We're going to go. I'll give you. I'll give you
that doesn't
exist.
Because you drafted him like the mid-80s. Can you give me a hint here? I've given you multiple hints.
Yes.
Is this a team that doesn't exist?
There's not much. Well, I mean, yeah. So there's not much of a hint that I can give you without.
That's fine. A team that doesn't. Is it a team that the city is still around, but the name is not? So, it's not a team anymore.
Correct.
Like, is the city still an NFL team, but that franchise no longer?
I'll give you the answer if
Baltimore?
you can give me the name of the team. No, it's not.
I don't think it's the Bullets. I think that was NBA.
Colts. Baltimore Colts.
I won't get it. What is
Baltimore
it?
Colts.
The Bulls?
Baltimore is good.
Colts.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, yeah.
Right.
I kind of let you straight
Baltimore, though. I knew he played for Denver.
I feel like
but
he probably could have got it. That was a difficult one, though. Like I was kind of. I had to reach. Well, you didn't get it. Let's be quite honest.
I'm happy with my outcome.
You didn't get it. You didn't get it. All right. Yeah, I'm exhausted.
I got it, boy. All right, let's finish this up here. Rocket Classic. I watched a little bit. I watched a little bit of the playoffs. I won. I had Morikawa. I think Morikawa and Ben Griffin were both top 10. You had Wyndham got cut. Kenley actually had good weekends, just not good enough. So I'm 13-9 now. heading into the John Deere. Who picked? I think I picked first, or did you pick first? All right, so you're up.
Perfect.
Nah,
That's what I like.
it's probably a lesser field than it's definitely a lesser field than the Rocket Classic. But who do you got first, buddy? Fucking starving because we're going out for beers after this, or one quick little pop.
Take Siwoo.
I have some food before we do that. Siwoo, there it is. I'll go Ben Griffin. I mean, he's just fucking balling right now. He's just Mr. Consistent, like top 20. So I'll go Ben Griffin.
I have a weird feeling he's either going to win it or get cut. There's like no in between.
He's just,
I'll take Jason Day.
It's crazy. He literally, yeah.
He's won.
I like that.
Yeah, he's won in the last two seasons.
He did really good at the. No, but he was really good at the one that Bradley won 2 weeks ago. I forget the name of the tournament. I'll go Tom Kim. So wait, BG, Tom Kim. You have Siwoo and Jason Day. Who's your last pick?
Again, Ricky is one of the ones where it's going to be like
it's not very star-studded.
Give me Lucas Glover.
Okay, I don't hate that. Rounding it out, I'll go Chris Kirk. He kind of lost it in the last. He didn't make the playoffs. He missed like a shorter putt. He did make the playoffs. He's one of three, but he kind of missed the short putt to go on with the other guys. So I'll go Chris Kirk.
Glover. I'll rip my lock of the week.
Who's your last pick? Oh yeah, Glover. Sorry, yeah, Glover. I'm just writing it down.
The Ticats play the Argos this
do you got yours already?
July 4th. I'm going to take the Ticats money line and the over at 52.5. Also, shout out Ticats first one of the season over the Alouettes. Huge. Love it. Nice. Defense came up giant. We had a interception return touchdown and a fumble return touchdown. I think final score is 35-17.
Let me get mine ready. So, the next few weeks, this... or honestly, next few months, it's really baseball and CFL. I'll probably do mainly baseball because I do have a baseball insider that I'm not going to reveal his name.
Oh my God.
He's definitely
so dumb.
He's won a lot of money on baseball bets. So I'm gonna.
I know who your baseball insider is now. I never said I was going to say his name, did I?
He wants to remain named or nameless, so we're not going to say his name.
We'll keep his identity closed. Yeah.
Just kidding. He doesn't give a shit. But I want to keep his identity closed. He played college baseball though. Heck of an athlete, heck of a baseball player. But I got this. So the Jays play the Yankees in an hour here. So I got Bo Bichette 1+ run, Alexander Kirk 1+ RBI, and Scherzer 5 Ks. Scherzer just kind of came back from a long injury. $10 for a 50% profit boost of 75. He's been getting on base a ton. Bo recently. Kirk's hitting in the 4 or 5 spot. So once Vladdy moves him around, Kirk is one of not the best contact and 2-strike hitters in the league. And I like Scherzer with the 5 Ks. That was strictly from the text he sent me. I don't know anything I just said. And then so my bet the farm, I really want to win one. So this is kind of a lower odds. It's only plus 1,100. I think anything above plus 1,000 should be considered bet the farm because I really just want to get a board on there. It's Jays minus 1.5 runs for the game run line and Vladdy Jr. home run.
The farm because I thought it was
$5 to win 60.
All right, well, I'm riding at plus 6,000.
I think anything above
over the
plus
Stampeders, the Red Blacks over
okay.
the Elks. I got the BC Lions. I got the Alouettes over the BC Lions, and I got the Ticats over the Argos. I took the Yankees. It's tough, but I really don't care about baseball that much. I took the Phillies over the Padres, the Cardinals over the Pirates, and I took the Texas Rangers over the Baltimore Orioles, 5 to pay out 415. Yeah, cheers, brother.
Boom. All right, let's wrap this up. I'm exhausted. We're going to bar later, and just wrap up. That was a lot of hockey talk. Our air is officially over. I'm sure I'll be over it by next podcast. Nope, no, I'll never get over it. And Florida's going to three-peat, so mark it down. It's over. Might as well even play next season, in my opinion. But very exciting last few days. I'm excited for tomorrow. Just Canada Day. You're going to be golfing. We'll see each other at the pool, and just look at some of the signings that happen. Hopefully, at least get like a Besser and Ehlers. But that's another episode of Buds Mafia. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow Buds and Pucks on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and on YouTube. comment, like, subscribe
Real
to Buds
quick.
Mafia, Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Happy
Now
Canada
that he's
Day.
gone, this is
See
a
you
Mitch
later.
Marner tweet to end it because that was
Oh,
great.
fuck
But
off. What is it?
now that he's gone, I can finally hate him. Mitch Marner is pathetic, snake, weak-minded athlete I've ever seen in this city. Dicked us around for a year, fucking vetoed 3 different trades, maybe more, only to leave us with pennies on the dollar in the end. Fuck you, 16.
See ya. See ya.
Fakes left, now taken off. Gonna run